Initiating hyperspace launch sequence. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I felt this way.
You want to introduce this one?
Hi. Introduction. Begin.
Yes.
My name is Daniel Sherman. I am here with Christian Carranza. This is the Uncaged Creativity Podcast. Today's episode covering Daniel Sherman Presents In the Crowds, a Lonely Live Show.
That was a really good intro.
Thank you.
I
I
wasn't
kind of went
expecting
robot
that.
at the end because I just I felt like that was the vibe. You know?
I totally wasn't expecting that.
that it would be good.
That I didn't mean it like that. But I thought you were gonna just kind of say what's up and then, we'd go from there. But that was a really good intro.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I decided to wear my In the Crowds
I like that hoodie.
hoodie. It was a good hoodie. It you know what? It does resemble a Snuggie.
I told you, man. I told you. I went for that ultra
And
soft.
this is limited time, right?
There's no more of those.
No more. Sorry.
Nope.
But it's really nice, honestly. I'm not a big peach guy,
Yeah.
but it feels really good.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some more merch and stuff later.
Later.
But we're gonna talk about In the Crowds.
In the crowds.
First of all, we're gonna start this in like a Quentin Tarantino style.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So we're not gonna go in chronological order. You see?
I like that.
Okay. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to the very end, and then we'll work our way back.
Is this Tarantino or is this Nolan?
This is Tarantino,
This kind of sounds like Memento.
but Tarantino does that. Kill Bill? I mean, not Kill Bill.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. But,
hold on. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, so
Remember?
Pulp Fiction kind of bounces around a little bit.
Well, it starts with the ending though.
Yes, but then it's not chronological, but it's like random little, it kind of bounces. Or we could do Nolan, Memento, which there's like a center point and then it goes like that, right? You know what I mean?
You are correct.
Have you seen Memento?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
You're correct. I
So
forgot
I
what I was
don't
going to
know.
say. But yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, so tell me about that was an awkward pause.
Yes, it was. We're great at those though.
Because now you got my brain
it adds
spinning.
character.
I know. I mean, I'm leaving it in there too.
Perfect.
Because now you got my brain spinning
Yeah.
about like Tarantino.
Like a fidget spinner.
I made a joke about that yesterday. Whatever
you?
happened to those?
I think society realized they were pointless. I had one. No, I had two.
Did it actually help you though?
I had two.
I'm fidgety by nature.
So here's the thing.
You would be
Here's
so
the-
annoying if you
here's
had
the-
one.
See, that's the first thing. Was I would be in class at college, like under the desk, except I didn't do the fidget spinners in class. I did those like at the apartment. My roommates hated it. But I would have the fidget cube.
Oh no.
And so that's there's each
There's
side
more
of the
stuff.
cube is
Yeah.
different, right?
Mhm.
So I'd sit there fidgeting with that in class, and whoever would sit next to me would always be like, "What the frick are you doing?" Like they would be very like,
Oh, your
they would
hands are just moving?
They would hear it. Yeah. Are you messing with my levels right there?
No, I
Huh?
actually made you a little louder.
Oh,
Just a little bit.
and then I clipped immediately after, didn't I?
No. Yes.
Oh, yes.
You're getting better at that. Reading
Yeah.
my paces.
Yep. It's a gift. But so the problem is, one, they're really annoying for everyone besides the person using it. B, it doesn't solve the problem. Because the problem is, I need to fidget with something so I can focus. Now the problem is I'm addicted to this thing
Mhm.
and I'm always fidgeting, even when I normally wouldn't be fidgeting because I need it in my hand. It's a habit now.
Mhm.
It caused problems, you know?
It's made it worse. It's like giving an alcoholic alcohol, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a total
Very,
like,
very different.
exaggerated.
Yes. But yeah.
But yeah. I made a joke about those yesterday. I forgot what I was saying.
Hmm.
Anyway, so tell me about what happened after we shot In the Crowd and I left and I went to Jack in the Box.
Oh, we really are going to the end.
Yeah, we're going to the end. We're going Tarantino style.
Okay.
Nolan, whatever.
So after we filmed the show,
Mhm.
Everyone except for me and Daniel Herrera left the studio. So it was me, Herrera, and Jonathan. We stayed for an additional, I want to say, hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes, and we mixed. So Jonathan wanted to mix with me in the room so that we could just talk about different sections and what the vision was. For example, in the lo-fi songs better and in Rain Cloudy Days.
Well, I would assume it would be a good idea to do that
Yeah.
because then it's not. We can have it because we needed that audio ASAP, and I know it's hard to ask anybody to turn around anything in a day, but
Yes.
to have you there, you can kind of.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And he knew the expectation going in, but he wanted me there because, like, for example, Better and Rain Cloudy Days are lo-fi songs.
Mhm.
The vocal mix and
different.
the overall mix needs to be very different on those songs
Mhm.
comparatively. So I explained we need a high pass and a low pass filter to kind of pinch the highs, pinch the lows, make it sound like a telephone. That's the vibe.
Mhm.
Things like, where is something a rap? Where is something a vocal? Where is something kind of sit in between, and it's melodic rap where the mix is different for each of those things. And so, or even just like levels, how aggressive did I want the drums in this song versus this song? How back did I want them? He wanted me there for that.
Mhm.
So
It makes sense.
but it did so the other thing that happened after you left, which I can't remember if I told you this story or not.
I heard part of it. I heard you saying something on the stream, and I was like, "Don't say anymore.
Yeah.
Save that."
So me and Herrera, for reference, this gig, we got to the studio at 3 p.m. Is that correct?
3, yeah.
3 p.m.?
We actually got there in time. Yeah, it was like 3. We didn't
So
start until like 6, but yeah.
Yeah, so we got
We'll
to
go
the
back there.
studio. We'll get there. We got to the studio at 3 p.m. Me and Herrera came straight from a bachelor party
Right.
the whole weekend.
I remember that.
So we were tired before it started.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get there from a bachelor party at 3 p.m. We leave the studio at 2:30 a.m. in the morning, which we then have a 3-hour drive, 3.5-hour drive because there was construction.
Right. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
So we had a 3.5-hour drive back to Livermore. About halfway through the drive, I start waking up, meaning that I was asleep at the wheel.
Oh my gosh.
I wake up and I realize my eyes were just closed and I don't remember how I got where I am. This is bad. And that happened like a couple more times because I was waiting for a place to pull off. And so finally an exit came up, pulled off, got to a Taco Bell and I parked and Herrera woke up. Herrera sleeps like a rock anywhere.
I do too.
Like I have never seen someone sleep like Herrera sleeps. It is incredible. But so he wakes up and he's kind of like, what the frick? And I'm like, we're going to sleep here for an hour because I was about to kill us. He's like, okay. He rolls over and sleeps. I roll over, sleep. And then he actually wakes me up and goes, I'll drive the rest of the way home. I'm good. And then I sleep and he drives the remaining like hour and a half to Livermore.
Mm-hmm.
We got home at like 5 a.m.
About like an hour later than I did.
Yeah. Which was not. That's too early. Or that's too late. Too early and too late at the same time.
It's that weird in between where
I got home as my dad left for work.
Yeah, it took me like 2 days to recover from that.
Yep.
Yeah. Like my body the next day, like my body hurt and I just felt like my feet were sore, like my back was sore. It was just a really weird feeling. I think it's up into like 10.
It's like a good bad though. Like it doesn't feel good, but you feel so accomplished because you're like, dang, whatever I did like knocked me out. Because that's how I feel after every show. Just this one had like a mental exhaustion with it that's not normally there. But the physical exhaustion was actually pretty much the same.
I thought somebody hit you.
Somebody hit me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Someone rear-ended me.
Did it cause damage?
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone on the way to the bachelor party. So keep in mind.
Oh, this was before?
This was before that. So on the way to the bachelor party, we literally just leave. Again, Herrera's in my car, but all my drums are in the back.
Right.
And we're driving and I'm fully stopped at this off ramp on this freeway in a city I don't remember the name of. Merced.
Okay.
So I'm on the off ramp in Merced. I'm parked. Well, not parked, but I'm stopped because there's traffic.
Mm-hmm.
We're fully stopped. And I see this car coming behind me and it's like swerving. It's doing this. And I'm like, I'm about to hit me. He's going to hit my car. And he swerves and then he goes like off the road a little bit. And he gets back on the road and then he stops behind me with like well behind me.
Was it like a Honda Civic hatchback?
No, my car? Or
No,
his car?
the car that was doing that.
It was like I don't know what it was. Blue.
Hmm.
It looked like a nice car, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
and he stops. He fully stops. And I'm like, oh gosh, thank you. And then randomly he just revs and slams in the back of my car.
Jeez.
And I'm like, Herrera, you go talk to this guy because I'm way too angry to talk to him and be good right now. Like, I'm going to cause problems for us. So you go talk to him. I need to check on my drums. That's why I was angry. I wasn't angry. Like, the situation itself was frustrating, but I knew he just hit my drums.
Did he?
That's what I was hearing. Well, what I saw was car, back of car. That's where my drums are. So my head is just like, my drums are destroyed. My drums are destroyed. My drums are destroyed. I get back there. His car was so low. All the damage to my car was underneath.
Oh, okay.
He slid under my car. Drums were fine. And I was just like, I was like, okay.
No damage to your car, no damage to
There
your
was
window.
damage to my car.
Oh, there was. But on the underside.
The underside.
Damn.
So.
I thought it was, I thought that happened on the way home.
No.
From in the crowd.
Luckily not. On the way there. But that's just
Either
like
way.
the layers to the exhaustion that I was feeling was just like, there was that. There was the bachelor party weekend, which is like, obviously that's fun, but it's just so tiring because you're doing so much. And then the show, and then I guess this is where we start talking more about what happened at the show, but was supposed to be like a 3 to 5 hour day. Was a 12-hour day.
I have no words.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It was fun.
I want to hear from your perspective. What was expectation for how the day was going to go versus reality of how the day went?
So my expectation was you said we would start at 3 and then we'd be done like 3-4 hours. That's what we had booked, right?
Yep.
So it leaves us at 6?
Mm-hmm.
My thought was we'd be done at 9.
You knew.
Yeah. Or 8 or 9. Because I know these things. You know, I know most of the time, especially when it's this much stuff going on.
It was ambitious.
It was ambitious.
What did I say that weird?
Ambitious?
It came out weird, right?
I don't think so. Ambitious.
We're going to watch that back and we're going to decide if it came out weird. I feel like I did not say ambitious. I am ambitious.
Ambitious. You still feeling that tiredness from in the crowds?
It's been a few weeks.
I don't know.
So probably.
I feel like it was yesterday.
Different type of tired now.
I feel like it was yesterday.
It does feel like it has not been that long. It's been 3 weeks?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Do you watch Matrix?
Yeah. Well, there's only one Matrix movie, though.
There's 3.
No, there's only one.
There's 3.
No, there's only one.
The first one, yes. The first one is the first one. The second one, the third one, everybody looked like rubber. CGI was terrible. I forget where I was going with the Matrix. I had deja vu, though, about in the crowds.
What does that mean?
Like, when we were there.
Like, I know what deja vu is, but.
Actually, let me inform you here.
Okay.
Deja vu is actually when you're in the Matrix and there's a glitch.
Oh. You experienced the glitch in the Matrix. I
experienced the glitch in the Matrix.
Okay, tell me about it.
So, yeah, when we got there, for some reason, I had this vision of deja vu that we pulled up and nothing was set up yet. And it was 3. We got there at 3. It was like on the money at 3. And sure enough, we got there at 3 and nothing was set up.
Oh.
Which is not a problem. I mean, we just
you like had a dream that was real.
I felt like we were there already.
Yeah.
It was weird. Anyway.
Trippy.
But yeah. Not that it was a problem. It's cool. I like being able to be a part of it all. I don't just like to show up and everything is just like, all right, go ahead and record. Like, we set up the lighting, we set up the drums, we mic'd the drums, we mic'd everything, got the sound in tune, got all the backing tracks, got all the tempo, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We got started at like 6, 7.
Well, so the first hour was what you just talked about. After the 2 hours after that was all figuring out projector and lighting.
Oh yeah,
because the first hour was tune the drums, get the drum set up. How's the stage set going to be? Where are things like that? Was me and Jonathan's just setting the stage thing, which I expected to take a while. I expected like 45 minutes. It was about an hour 15, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and it kept shutting off.
But then this is where I was curious about how you felt, because now that it's afterwards, you'll actually tell me the truth. Because you won't tell me the truth in the moment, even if I say, "Are you lying?"
What are you seeking the truth about?
But so we had a lot of issues with lighting and the projector, which is you just don't know until you're there. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's that's out of our control. That's just going to happen. But for me, it was totally out of my control. there's nothing. There's no way for me
It's
to
a weird
help
feeling,
you
huh?
guys. There's no way for me to help you guys because I don't know what the frick you're even talking about. You're throwing camera technical terms out and you're
We got
adjusting
shutter
things.
speed and gigawatts.
I can be like, I think this looks good. And then you guys be like, well, here's why we can't do that. And I'm
That's
like, well,
true.
I'm going to shut up again.
I do remember that though.
You know, and it's
Yeah.
just like, I felt like this is my production. This is my vision. These guys are helping me with this. And I can't, like, let me reword this. You guys are doing me a massive favor by coming along into this vision and helping me. And I desperately want to make your load easier, but I cannot. I like physically, there's nothing I can do. And I'm watching you guys work and I'm just sitting there like, I would love to perform now.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to get started. I would love to
do
just
something.
take whatever stress is on you guys away from you because I did this to you. Like in
No.
my head, that's what I'm at. So I'm curious, what was it like for you where I envisioned most of the day being performance, listening back.
Which actually,
editing.
it wasn't that much. We spent
Most
more
of the
time.
day was troubleshooting.
Yeah, was fidgeting
And
when
so
trying to
that means
figure stuff
most
out.
of the day was me being stressed because there was nothing I could do. And it was you doing stuff.
Yeah.
So what was your experience with that? How did that feel?
Um.
Have you had a day go like that before? Have you done anything to that scale?
No. That was for sure the first thing that was like, but I know that like 99.99% of the time it works out in editing.
Yeah.
Or it's just not that big of a deal because I knew the thing with the projector. So if you're watching this, it's probably already out by now.
Yeah.
Right? Are you cold?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It'll be out in a week.
It'll be
We're
out
not
in a
going to
week.
drop this in a week.
No, we're not.
No.
But I knew heading into it that the projector that you guys see on the back was going to be a problem because Jonathan informed us. Oh, I dropped Thor. Sorry. Jonathan informed us that whoever recorded last had a problem with the projector, and you could see the lines, which that only happens under like a certain like hertz of lighting. I guess you could say.
So
it.
explain that for those of us who
Okay, have
Don't
you
understand
seen
things.
when people record things on their iPhone at 120 frames per second and
Yes.
it's all like
Yep.
That's what's happening with
So
the
it's
camera.
like when you record. So I know, I'm making sure they know when you like on an iPhone are recording like a TV or you're recording
Exactly.
a laptop, you can see this like banding thing
Mhm.
happen. That's what was happening.
That's what was happening. And the only way to fix that was we couldn't increase the shutter speed because it would make it a lot darker.
So what's shutter speed?
Shutter speed is like how many times your shutter closes on your camera.
Okay.
So in normal cinematic terms, you use 24 frames per second. Most movies you watch are in 24 frames per second. So you would need to have double your shutter speed for your frames per second. So 24 times 2 is what? 28?
48.
I said 28.
Wait, you said how many frames per
I said
second? 24?
24 times 2 because you need a
24
double.
times 2 is 48.
48. Yeah, I said 28.
So you would need a shutter speed of 48.
Correct.
Got it.
Problem is Sony sucks and you can only do 50.
Wow.
Which
you
is-
just dropped the brand and you said they suck in everything. Brutal.
Well, back there you see I have a nice black magic camera and
Yeah.
you guys can't see it, but it could do more than that. Anyways, so your only choice is 1/45 or 1/50.
We're filming this on 2 Sony cameras right now.
I love Sony so much. They're so great. Their customer service is besides the point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we had to film it at 1/50 because of the shutter speed.
Mhm.
To make it match 24 frames per second. There's also 60 frames per second, 120. We're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Anyway, the only way to fix this banding issue, I'm sorry if I just lost half of you. The only way to fix this was to decrease the shutter speed, so make it slower.
Yeah.
Not faster. And it fixed it. The problem is if you shoot at 24 frames per second and your frame rate isn't doubled, you're going to experience this weird, like blurry, you know that thing Daniel Herrera does? That's shooting at
Then Leave.
24.
Verse 2 of the Then Leave music video is exactly the problem we started hitting. That
Yes.
was intentional in
Exactly.
the music video.
Mhm.
That's exactly what we did. Was
Exactly.
we lowered the shutter speed.
Exactly. So if we lowered
We
the
had to
shutter
do that.
speed, you would have to watch the whole thing with it looking like it's glitchy, which is a look. So the conclusion we came to was it's going to be an issue. Do we want to use it or not? I voted to do all the the projector stuff in post.
Yep.
That was my vote.
I overruled your vote.
He overruled my vote.
Because, let me ask you this question before I defend myself. Do you stand by your initial vote, or are you glad we did it the way we did it?
I stand by my initial vote.
Really?
Yeah.
So my whole reason was that I really wanted, because Christian's idea was, why don't we take the visuals that we were going to use the projector for and just overlay them with the footage? So like, for example, when you watch God Only Knows and there's footage kind of going back and forth over each other, that's overlaying footage. You have two things on the screen at the same time. It would be a lot less messy than the God Only Knows video because it's like visuals and stuff.
Yep.
But that was Christian's idea. I really wanted the projector because I wanted you to be able to see the texture of visuals being projected onto my body, onto the stage props, onto the drums, onto the wall, the shadows of it all. Like, I really thought that was a captivating idea. And I knew when we had to make that decision that there would probably be issues presented with that. But to me, the payoff of the way that it just adds dimension to the whole thing, I thought was worth it. But
no, you're right for sure, because otherwise it would have been shot against, which some of them are shot against just the plain wall we have.
Yeah.
And it does add that sort of dimension. It just like lighting, it was just, I try to make it as like set and forget one time. Yeah. Because the problem with the projector was that then we would have to reset white balance, then we would have to reset lighting, and all the cameras have to match.
Every song became different, and there were times where there were multiple songs in one take.
Yep. So that was the issue. But you could see the banding. I didn't mind it. I thought it was like, whatever, it's going to happen. But if the performance in the video is that good, nobody's really going to care.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't care.
And the other thing, too, just to clarify something, is I feel like when I say we spent 12 hours in the studio, what people might hear is, oh, they just did take after take after take of that show. I think
no,
one
hour
song,
in between.
One song had multiple takes, and it was Where the Heart Is, right? That's the one we restarted a few times.
Nokia Drift. Yeah. Nokia Drift.
Oh, we did Nokia Drift.
And Where the Heart Is.
Once, too. Why did we redo Nokia Drift? I don't remember. Was it
the projector?
Yeah. We had a projector issue.
See this
halfway.
projector.
So with Nokia Drift to Sky is a Compass.
Oh, that's what it was. My bad.
During that song, so when you see the projector change in the middle of a set like that, it was a real big pain for everybody involved, except for me. It didn't affect me at all, but it affected literally everyone else, because I had my brother in the sound room having to wait for when to cue the visual. I had all three of the camera guys had to immediately adjust their settings. Usually when the projector came on, that meant the lights in the room had to come off, and we had to turn on a separate studio light.
Yep.
And like, it just, there were so many moving pieces. So the first time we tried to do Nokia Drift Sky as a Compass, the projector died.
Mm-hmm.
It overheated.
Mm-hmm.
And so you like prepared for the projector to come on, and it never came on. And I think we did the whole take still.
Yeah.
It just, we didn't use it.
No,
right?
we didn't.
I stopped it.
We stopped it. Yeah. We stopped it. But that was what happened.
So that was that issue. And then Where the Heart Is, it was so late at that point. We shot Where the Heart Is at like 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. So I was super tired, and I, for the life of me, could not remember one of the lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
It
was when you were playing drums.
Yeah.
You'd forget it.
Yeah. Well, no. And I still actually, if you listen back, the way you know that this is true, that we didn't do multiple takes and wait to get it as close to perfect every time, is that there's a few lyric issues throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
That I noticed.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was intentional.
Some of them are.
Oh.
Most of them are not. The one that is definitely not is Where the Heart Is. The lyric switch I kept accidentally doing was, the line is, I don't know if I should be ashamed or,
There he goes again.
Honestly, it's hard to see uncomfortable when I'm in the storm. The clouds forming and pouring on me, have me suck a wet, and now I think I'm finally living. Before I was dry because my skin still wasn't used to the heat yet. I don't know if I should be ashamed or be feeling blessings, is the real lyric.
Right.
I kept saying, I just know, and then I would freak out because that's the wrong word. And then because I said the wrong word, I wouldn't remember what would come after, because it's like in my head, the lyrics like build on each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the habit. So when you break part of the habit, the whole thing just crumbles. And I kept saying just instead of don't, and I would lose it. And so even if
That
you
was
listen,
3 times.
3 times that happened, I was so mad the third time. I was losing my crap. You guys were so patient with me. I appreciate it. And so finally, the last time, because
we had to do all 3.
Yep.
We had to do all 3 songs in sequence.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it held up the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, and you can hear it in the normal take, I still said just during the show. I just know if I should be ashamed to be feeling blessed, but I caught it, and I'm sure I haven't seen the video yet right now while we're doing this. I assume that you could see the freak out on my face thinking I'm about to do it again.
So.
Oh, because in my head, I was so mad at myself that I still said just, but I had to very intentionally finish the sentence in my head and keep going. It was like really hard mentally for me to get over that.
You're thinking about what you just said and what you're thinking about how you're going to feel after you watch it.
Well, it was more of
you got to make the
decision.
Just
the pattern was broken.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And
so like
I had to fit because it's like you're doing a puzzle and you put the wrong piece somewhere.
Oh, that hurts my brain.
That's what happens when I say a wrong lyric while I'm rapping. And so now I'm trying to shove other puzzle pieces onto that don't fit that one piece. And so it does not feel good in my head, but I just had to find the right pieces still and just cram them onto that thing.
Like GPS rerouting.
Yeah. And so like moral of the story, what I'm trying to tell you is that there's only 2 sets that we did more than once in that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was one take.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Yeah. So we did that one. And then the other one that was 2 or 3 takes was While I Wait.
Why was that one multiple
I don't
takes?
remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Okay. One of them I stopped because, so that was the skit with the food.
Yeah.
One of them I stopped because I didn't swallow my food quick enough.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Just started and you just kept going. Yeah.
That was one of them. Did we have a projector issue again on that one?
No, I don't think so.
We got
like literally 30 seconds into the song.
I remember what it was. So we did 3 takes of that one.
Right.
The first take was super fast because I had food in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
The second take we did all the way up until the rap started.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And I stopped it. And the reason I stopped it was that if you watch the show, I wasn't able to use wireless in-ears, which means that
your thing kept getting unplugged.
So I was, and you can actually see this happen multiple times, even during the takes we kept. If you watch Run It 2 and Good Luck, there are 3 times I had to pick up my in-ear system so I could hear what was going on. Because there's no live audio in that room. Mm-mm. It's all in our ears. Yep. We're all wearing headphones. But mine, I move a lot when I perform, and I still had to be hardwired into the floor. And so one of the times I had to stop because I moved somewhere, it came unplugged, and I couldn't find it quick enough to keep going where I was going. So I had to stop. But that did happen a few other times during the show. We just kept it in because I was able to catch it quick enough. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, like it's not like we did a bunch of performances and waited until I got it perfect. It was like if there was a tech issue, we stopped and restarted. So it is still a live show.
Right.
Yeah. Is it time for a commercial break?
It's time for a commercial
break. We're going to run
a
commercial break. This ad is brought to you by our dear friends Until Further Notice. They have an album called This Is Temporary dropping on May 29th, and we are so excited for it. Me and Christian actually got to play drums for that album as well. Make sure to give it a listen. We are back, everybody.
Could you hear yourself?
I can. Can you hear myself?
Yes.
Cool.
Do
you don't have headphones on?
No.
You can't hear nothing.
I can hear your actual voice, which I don't like anymore.
How did you get all the way across the room during that 15-second ad break? That's crazy. You got all disheveled.
You want to see me do it again?
No.
I just did it. If you had any superpower, what would you have?
It's just such a cheap answer.
Is it flight?
No.
Okay. Is it invisibility?
Am I allowed to say this answer? It's a cop-out.
If it's not flight or invisibility.
Yeah, but it's a cop-out. You'll know what I mean when I say it, I guess.
That you had more superpowers?
That I could, choose in a moment.
That's not a cheap answer.
I could, switch.
You could just choose
I
in
could
a moment?
just think, I want to do this, and then I'd do it.
You could do that.
That's an option?
That's not a superpower. That's an option.
I feel like that's like, you know what I mean though? Like there's superheroes who like derive their powers from other superheroes.
You are the
And they're just
thinker.
like, I want to do that.
The decision maker.
The Thinker is a real supervillain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one doesn't count. Give me another one.
Okay. I would. I hate this question. I'm taking this way too seriously, aren't I?
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
Can you take a guess?
Super strength.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
To read minds? Telepathy?
No. Super speed.
Oh,
Thupa speed.
really?
Thupa.
Wow.
Who talks like that?
I don't
Thupa.
know. You do, apparently.
Ronnie Coleman?
I don't know who that is.
Bodybuilder guy.
That's why I don't. Do I look like I've ever seen a
Super
bodybuilder do
heavy.
anything in my life?
There's like no, he's a boxer. No, it's not like Ronnie Coleman. He's a boxer.
Oh,
Maybe, I don't know. And then he had this video where it's like where the guy interviews him. It's a boxer. Don't quote me. It's not Ronnie Coleman. And then he's like, "So Ronnie Coleman, what happened before the fight? You said you had an injury." And he's like, "I broke my back." And then he's like, "Okay, like what happened, blah blah blah." He's like, "I broke my back. Spinal." And he just like goes down. I'll show it to you later.
yeah, you'll have to show me that.
I broke my back. I broke it. Spinal.
I love it.
Anyways, what's yours?
Dude, I forgot to be thinking about it while you told me yours. You know what'd be cool?
What would be cool?
Is if anytime I tell a lie, the lie would become true.
Doctor Strange-ish? No?
No, he's more just sorcerer
Who
guy.
is it? Who is it that has something similar to that?
You know what? Do you know who's similar to that?
Who?
Is Kilgrave. Do you know who Kilgrave is?
No. It sounds
Kilgrave
familiar.
is a villain in the Marvel Universe, most associated with Jessica Jones.
Oh, I started watching that.
So
Getting into
Kilgrave, basically whatever he says, people do. Like if he tells you to do something, they
Oh,
do it.
Umbrella Academy.
I haven't seen that yet. Oh, I started it and it wasn't for me. But I
It
need
is
to
for you.
restart it.
It is for
That's what I've heard.
It is for you. I
That's
have
the
all
word
the
on the
comic
street.
books if you want to read those too.
That would help probably.
Yeah, it's really good if you haven't seen it. Yeah. In the crowds.
In the crowds. Yeah.
Have you ever had a laugh like that where you just like you don't laugh anymore and it's just a noise like what I just did? Yeah, like that.
Oh,
Similar to that.
that was something.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
That's
it
how I
was.
really laugh when I laugh hysterically.
Really?
Really,
It's just like a wheezing.
just like a wheezing, or like have you seen, Toy Story, the penguin with the broken squeaker? That's what I sound like.
I'm yawning. I was trying to laugh and then I yawned and it took over my laugh and
I'm
didn't
just
let me.
boring.
So I just went.
I'm just boring.
Anyway, in the crowds.
Yeah. So we did. Yeah, the multiple takes thing, the projector thing.
Yeah.
We are eternally grateful.
We are.
Yes. What else was there?
The merchandise.
The merchandise. Oh, yes, the merchandise.
If you guys,
yes, go for it.
you want to grab it while I talk?
Yes, I'll grab it.
If you guys really enjoyed the show, if you want some really snazzy merchandise,
Snazzy.
you can head to merchbydanielsherman.com to grab stickers for $2 or posters.
Hold on, $2.
$2.
$2, ladies and gentlemen. You can put this on your backpack. You can put this.
It's a really quality sticker.
It
It'll
is a really
stick
quality
on like
sticker.
your cars,
Yep.
probably.
I
would
was thinking
assume.
about putting it on my forehead.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if I'd recommend that one.
No.
Probably not.
Don't do
Maybe
that.
like an object, not on your person.
Maybe that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
What else we got?
But $2 stickers, super high quality, and then $10 posters. And actually, when you buy this from my merch store, they're signed. Christian's isn't signed because he like knows me as a person.
It's not cool anymore.
It's not as cool for me to sign stuff for him because we hang out on the regular, so it'd be kind of weird. But
and it's life size.
it is almost life-sized. He barely looks like my son, the version of me that's on the poster.
It's a little bit smaller.
A little bit, but not much
What size
smaller.
is it, Daniel? Just in case they want to frame it.
11 by 17 poster.
11 by 17.
It'll be signed.
signed.
And also, I don't know if I'll still be doing this when this airs, but currently I am doing, and let's just say I'll be doing this when this airs still, actually. I
What?
will. I am,
Selling this?
every merchandise order comes with a handwritten note from me.
Oh,
I'm writing a little letter
you're doing
to
one
you.
of those.
So
That's cool.
if you, yeah. So
I'm not just saying it like that's cool. Like, okay, cool. Like,
No,
let's
for
move on.
sure.
But no, for, like,
so and they're
not a lot of
signed.
people
The
do that.
letters are signed. The posters are signed. All that
Are the
jazz.
stickers signed?
If you DM me personally
Personally,
and ask for me to sign your sticker, there's like a 75% chance I'll say yes.
that's a chance worth taking.
It is.
If you ask me.
I know Ren asked, so Ren has a signed sticker.
Cool. Shout out Ren.
Shout out
You
to
gotta-
Ren.
You got a signed sticker.
Yep.
Will we be seeing more in the crowd's merch, or is this it?
I believe this is it.
You believe?
There is the possibility of something else happening,
Ooh.
but it's
I know what you're talking about.
it's not set in stone.
It's not.
There's
It's set in clay at
there's-
the moment.
I don't even think it's set in clay. There's conversations that need to happen. So for now, this is it. There's a possibility of more, but I'm leaning towards no at the moment.
So limited time.
That this is it. And this is just until the stock is empty. So
So yeah, head over to
merch by DanielSherman.com.
merch by Daniel.
Or if you go to musicbydanielsherman.com and then you hit the merch button, it'll take you to merch by DanielSherman.com.
Or your link tree.
Or my link tree, which will take you to either of those websites.
Also, Daniel is offering the Hot Wheels we used to film.
That is not true.
That is not true.
That is a lie.
That is a lie.
That is Christian's forever to keep until he decides to sell it on eBay himself.
$20. DM $20 right now.
Oh,
I'm just
man.
kidding. I
That's a
play with
steal,
this
though,
when
to
I'm
be
just
honest.
when I'm bored.
Yeah?
I'm actually not really bored that much, ever really. When I'm editing, I just kind
I
of
did. Everyone who I got for that scene got to keep their car.
Yeah. So now that I guess we covered most of what's in the crowds.
Yeah.
Jonathan, oh my gosh, dude, what a
He's a
human,
cool guy,
What
right?
a cool guy. If he did not
Did
have
you just
snacks,
call him cute on
he was-
accident?
I did call him cute. I try to say cool, and I don't know what else I was trying to say. Good,
Yeah.
and he's kind of cute though.
Fair.
He has a crap ton of snacks.
Yes, he does.
Daniel drank his last body armor.
I did. I felt guilty.
He did, but it is what it is. He did say
I
for
asked.
a game.
I
For a
asked.
game.
I literally asked
Mhm,
too.
I
I,
remember you.
said, "This is a big drink. It is the last one. Is this for you? Is this open game?" And he was like, "Go for it." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay." And then I did it. I really needed it too. My voice was raspy.
It like gave me a second wind. My voice just
It gave me a second one too.
But yeah,
I was like, because that happened right after What You Want.
mhm. Oh
that
yeah,
I drank
That was
that.
brutal.
I needed that after that
Mhm.
because that's an aggressive song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it wasn't for him, we would have starved probably.
We would have starved, and also
He was super patient too. Like I'm so surprised that I think any normal person would have lost their mind because, like you said, it was probably like an hour between songs.
yeah,
Even in the group
at
of
least
songs.
an
At least
hour between every set.
Yeah. So super patient guy. Thank you to Jonathan for the hospitality.
Yes,
Very nice air conditioned room. Very
his
nice
studios
person.
are so nice.
It is so nice.
and the gear and the sound of
great.
this thing. That's all him.
That was cool. Yeah. I'm gonna take that.
Cool.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, as far as that goes in the crowds, right?
Yeah. How was the music videos, the B-roll elements, the cinematic
Yeah, that's what I was
elements?
gonna talk about next.
What was your what? I never know how when I see something in my head and I try to communicate it to you for how it's going to go down. If it's exactly if I'm communicating well and it's what you think it is, or if while we're doing it you're like, oh, this is what it is. Did you know what we were doing pretty well when we started shooting visuals, or did it kind of fit together while we shot in the crowds and you started seeing it, or did it really only start coming together during editing, or are you still confused?
No, I'm so confused.
Oh, okay.
No, no, it made sense. Even before we started shooting the show, how it all went together.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even gonna say that. The way that you're very detailed in what you say.
Yes.
You're very, very detailed. How you pulled it together to get all that B-roll, we pretty much got that in one day.
Yep.
I'm not sure we're going to record more at this moment in time. But no, it was very clear what we were going for.
Yeah.
The only one that was super sketch was the heart one. That was super sketch.
That was
top two sketch things probably we've done.
Yep. You had a twisted ankle.
Yeah.
I made you climb a giant hill.
There's a bloody heart somewhere in Livermore.
And then I soaked my hand in fake blood and
Stained.
squeezed a foam heart, and it stained my hand. And if you watch Nokia Drift, you can see that I was unable to wash the blood off my hand still.
Yep.
It's still there. And then we realized we didn't bring anything to put the heart into, like a container, since it was soaked in blood, and we couldn't just take it with us. So it's on the side of the road somewhere. I really, you know what? My hope is that someone reported a homicide.
Yeah.
Like they just saw what looked like a human heart covered in blood and they assumed the worst and they like reported a homicide. I think that would be hilarious to know that we like,
Somebody
maybe
found
it's
it.
not actually funny. Actually, now
It would not be funny if like you're watching the news and all of a sudden it pops on that there's like somebody's heart that they're found. There's like a huge police scene.
I mean, the second they got an actual like medical personnel out there, they would know like this is not.
That's
a
true.
heart.
I know, but like immediately, you know, they're gonna tape off the area and they're gonna make it a big thing, especially on that road.
I can't decide if that's hilarious or if that's awful.
I think it'd be pretty funny.
It's probably kind of both.
Yeah, it would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. My lips are sealed. I guess we just did broadcast this to the internet.
That's true. We'll be fine.
Probably. Maybe not. Hopefully.
Hopefully. I hope so. That's always the goal.
It was weird performing for the first time alone.
It was weird the first. Now we're going back to
Yeah.
We're going back to
Who
that.
cares? Tarantino, baby.
Yeah, Tarantino. It was weird because the first song I didn't have in ears, so you just come out and all of a sudden you're just really loud. there's no like music, like you said. The only sound we could hear that you guys are hearing is what we're hearing on our headphones. And the first song we didn't have headphones, so Daniel just comes out, and it looks so not cool when there's like there's no music. I see Daniel come. I'm done spilling, and there's just no music behind it. You're just sitting there like,
You're like, I really hope this doesn't suck.
yeah, I really hope it comes together.
We got you headphones after that.
Yeah, so that helped a lot.
Yeah, I think there was so much because remember that was 3 hours of troubleshooting that had happened before we got to do that,
And it was, dude, it was
and it was just
nerve-wracking
not
to
on my
start.
radar.
I felt it.
I
We're like,
Dude,
we're all like, are we
I-
good? Are you sure? Are you
my
sure we're gonna
heart
go?
was dropping out of my left anus. Dude, I was so nervous. The whole first set, I mean, really the whole show, every time we hit record, I got nervous. But that first
Yeah, because
set,
there's so much to like even start.
that
it
first
was an
set, I
hour of
so
prep.
nervous.
An hour of prep about before we even started.
Yeah.
So
So it had me re-nervous every time because an hour just went into just these songs
Mhm.
before I even got to record them.
Mhm.
So I was nervous. You can see it in my eyes too. You sent me a clip of one song, and I looked in my eyes, and you could see that there's adrenaline just coursing through me.
yeah,
Like I look like a deer in the headlights a little bit, which is good. That's how a live show should feel.
yeah, but it's empty. I
Yeah,
think if
which
you have
was
people
very
there,
bizarre.
it would be easier to feed off people because you just have
Yes.
3 people staring at you with the camera,
Yeah.
and we're just like dance monkey.
That was the other thing that was hard was like I
You
would
can't
say,
tell if we
chat,
think it's
do
cool."
this. I have no idea if you just did that.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm interacting with the chat. I filmed that thing a month in advance.
It was-
I have no idea.
It was good though. Like it was pretty convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
pretty
good.
convincing.
Well, it was very, what's the word? It was terrifying.
That's a good word.
Because for one, I'm performing alone for the
Mhm.
first time. But B, it's terrifying because I don't have
You can't see everything.
I can't see everything. I don't know. There's a lot of elements that I wasn't in control of, like we talked about earlier. But also I have no idea if it's working or not because there's not an audience that's cheering like
Mhm.
yay or getting into it, or is just like
Yeah.
I could be bombing this thing and I have no idea.
There's no feedback.
I still don't know.
Mhm.
I guess I'll only know once it airs,
hmm
which it has by the time everyone's watching this
I
podcast.
kind of want to go live. I've actually gone live once in my entire life. It was really weird. It was an
You've
accident.
gone
Live on Instagram.
oh
I should have clarified that.
got it.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was an
During in the
accident.
crowds you want to go live?
Kind of just to like, you know.
Oh, I haven't told you about this yet. You want to come over and watch it live at my house?
I might have time.
Okay.
Yeah, that shoot that got canceled today got moved to next Friday.
Oh.
But if it's done by then, I'm down for that.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. You know what's unfortunate?
What?
When somebody airs something and then you catch a mistake once it's public.
Oh,
That sucks.
yeah.
And especially this file is huge.
The reality is there's going to be at least one mistake in this thing.
There was a few that I fixed, but you won't be able to tell because of how I edited it. But I'm like, how am I going to pull this off?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people do you think are going to be there?
I don't know.
Me neither.
I really don't.
It's a whole
I
thing.
wouldn't be surprised if there's literally 10 people. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if people just do not, like, really don't give a frick to watch it live, and they
Mhm.
just don't. I also wouldn't be surprised if it's my biggest release yet and there's 100 people. I don't know.
How many people have you had on a live stream at one time?
Like a YouTube premiere?
YouTube premiere, Instagram live.
The most I've had on Instagram live was, I think 35.
Oh, so 100 would be huge.
100 would be huge. And I think that's the same number on a YouTube premiere
Mm-hmm.
that we've maxed out at. 100 would be a lot.
I want to like time jump into the future because I'm like, every time I think about it, I get a little stressed.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yep, me too.
But I'm sure you guys
Because
are gonna like it. I get hyped watching
because
it
right now is probably the most mellow I'll be about this thing until it's done.
until that day.
Is right now talking about it with you during this podcast.
With
Because
you three?
we haven't done too much editing, and we're not like we're gonna send this file out in the next few days.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that just got the stress back. Me
Yeah.
saying that out loud.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I was in a slump for a little bit, and now it's about, all right, we got to figure out how to edit this stuff together, which really is more of a you thing, but like my not oversight's the wrong word, my input.
No, your oversight is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just stopped
Awkward pause.
functioning. Did you see that? Did you see the gears
Yeah.
like stop?
I saw
And I
I
just froze.
I saw in your eyes. It was
Slipped
just
into the
like,
void.
I saw the
Slipped in the void.
buffering wheel.
That was.
I
Okay.
felt it too. I was like, I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna let this
Um,
awkward pause play out.
So we have to edit it. Once it's sent out, then the stress is all about, frick, I hope people show up.
Yeah.
And then once it airs, the stress is, holy frick, I hope they don't hate this thing because I'm watching people react to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also reliving it because
I relive it when I watch it.
I'm like,
Edit it, I should say.
I don't want to see it too many times before it airs. Like, I'm going to watch it as many times as I have to help you edit and stuff.
Are you gonna think it's gonna lose its magic?
I want to sort of, I don't think it'll ever lose its magic, but I want to be able to experience it with the fan base. If
Yeah,
that
me
makes
too.
sense.
Man.
I don't really fully get to because you're editing it.
I could
but
strip the audio from the YouTube and I'd be happy.
really.
Yes. I mean, I'd be happy either way. It takes a lot for me to sit down and watch something that's like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But I could strip the audio and it gets you hyped for sure.
Cool.
For sure. Don't you wish we were in the future already and we would
Yes.
just know what people
I
would
really
think?
do.
Yeah, me too.
I really, really do.
I saw Ren yesterday post something about the countdown timer.
Oh,
And it was at like 7 days.
that
and he's
stressed
like,
me out.
Yeah,
I
me
saw
too.
it and
I was like,
oh my god,
why'd you do that?
so soon?
Yeah.
Yep. It's massive, man. This is the first time I've used a spreadsheet for anything, and this is like I don't think people fully. Once they see it, maybe they'll get why it's as big a deal as it is. But we've put hours,
And there's
into
so
this.
many things we did on the fly.
Yep.
Like the first couple songs, the whole intention of that first camera was to be on a tripod. But Daniel just moved too much, it didn't work.
Yep.
Because he kept coming out of the frame.
Yep.
So I just pulled it off and handed it to
Which
my little brother.
actually, let me ask this.
Ask it.
I haven't asked you this. I've been dying to know this. You'd never seen me perform until in the crowds.
Not unless we were shooting a music video, but it wasn't even then. It wasn't full on. It's not the same.
Yeah, but still, you've now seen me. At least it's a performance,
Mhm.
like live everything.
Mhm.
Sort of. There wasn't a crowd, but you get the idea.
Mhm.
What were your thoughts on seeing me perform for the first time?
It
Was
was
it
good.
how you expected me to be as a performer?
It was
Yeah.
after I put the headphones on. Because the first time I was like,
This is so awkward.
this is so weird.
Yeah.
It just like somebody's like rapping into a mic. I
Yeah.
can't hear anything.
Yeah.
But after that, it's good. Not just after that, but like, once it started to come together, I could, yeah, you're a good performer for sure.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah. I could watch it back several times. I have watched it back several times and I don't get bored of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
If that helps you feel a little
It
better.
does. There's so much more intentionality now behind everything when I perform. Because like, what was nice about Crown and Chains gigs was there's certain songs where I know naturally I'm going to hit a slump here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the energy, it's been super high energy for too long. I'm going to slump. And in the plan, okay, Jacob, you're going to talk here. You're going to take over this song. You're going to engage the crowd. I'm going to just play drums and relax for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
You have to
can't.
be in it.
Yeah, that's the one thing that would be really stressful. I mean, the one thing of many things that'd be stressful. You have to constantly put that energy out there. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. If you mess up, who's to look at?
Yep.
Just one person.
It's all me.
Not that it matters, but I'm saying when you're in a band, if somebody missed a chord,
You share it.
you share it.
You share it. Like it's for at least that's the way Crown and Chains was. If one of us messes up, we all mess up, but that means the burden spread and we all just own it
Oh yeah,
and accept it together.
yeah, but it's not like, there's more people there's more. Your eyes are so distracted
Yeah.
by everything else that you're not really noticing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For sure.
Yeah, you're gonna catch it, but you're gonna be all mesmerized. But like the 3 other people on stage, that you're not really gonna be like, "Ha,
Yeah.
he messed up."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
Now
that
it's
it matters.
all on me.
Hmm
Terrifying.
I wish we had one more camera in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the studio
Would have been cool.
with Jonathan and your brother.
That would have been cool.
Getting the behind the scenes of the computer and then them talking crap or whatever they're doing in there.
Oh, I guarantee they were talking
Yeah.
mad trash. My brother's a sarcastic trash talker for sure.
I like your brother. He's cool.
But I send it right back. That's kind of just how we roll. He's all right. Don't give him that much credit.
No? He's a
No,
cool guy.
you can call him cool.
Yeah, he's
That's
cool.
fine. We'll allow it.
I wish he was my older brother.
Aw, that's very nice.
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's chill. He has a beard.
I wish I had a beard.
You know, I go between wishing I had a beard and wishing I.
All you got
being
is the
glad.
neck birth thing going
I know.
on. Yeah.
I don't want that. That's for sure. I definitely don't want that. There's like, while it's stubble, it looks okay.
Yeah.
But then the second
Oh my
it comes
gosh,
out
dude,
more and you
no.
can tell,
Yeah.
it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Watch Bulletproof Umbrella. Yeah.
Never
Oh,
again.
That was nasty.
Never again.
That was nasty.
Never. I'm so glad the storylines moved on from me needing to look
But
like
we got
that.
some stuff coming out about that too recently. I mean, soon, not now, but soon. Did I say too much?
Nope.
Okay. Add to the stress. It's funny because like everything adds up to like
Dude,
one moment.
Dude, you know what's crazy though?
What's crazy?
Is we have something in between that.
In between the crowds?
In the crowds and uncaged, at least from our work.
Yeah. We have a lot.
We have the movie.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. That's what I'm saying. There's always something like there's this moment of like rising, in the crowds, and then like you get there and your hand you like shake, just sort of like the anxiousness of it,
Yeah.
and then it happens, and then you're kind of like, oh, all right, and then you kind of start to go down a little bit. The hype dies
Yeah.
down, and then something else. You're like, oh, I forgot about this project.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, that's the thing with me too, is because I've talked a lot about how I have like a 5-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I wanted to do a 5-year plan was that it's the same reason Marvel had to plan out their cinematic universe, because you have to one up yourself every time.
Mm-hmm.
But that also means the project has to get more
That's
ambitious every time.
That's what's terrifying about this whole
And
thing.
The movie, in the crowds was like prep for the chapter 1 movie.
Yeah.
It's like, we've never done
Mhm.
something this big, so let's do something this big. But because it has live elements, it's a little. We thought it was going to be a little easier.
It was easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this next thing though, a lot of planning, it's gonna feel bigger than in the
Well,
crowd
we got
stuff,
our
for
feet
sure.
wet
Yep.
planning for this one, because planning is everything. Imagine if we went in there. I'll talk about this later. But sorry, I got distracted.
Okay.
Imagine if we went in there and we were just like, "Hey, these are the songs. Like, let's wing it."
Yeah,
That would have
been horrible.
been horrible. We would have been there all day. I mean, we were there all day.
Yeah.
But it would have just. I don't think we would have finished. I didn't think we were going to finish.
Oh, I knew we were gonna finish.
Yeah.
because I was gonna make sure we finished.
I felt like we were going to have to come back.
no,
we
way.
just pushed
I wasn't
through
gonna
it.
let that happen.
We pushed through it. Got Jack in the Box afterwards at 2 a.m. because that's all there was open, and I felt that for 3 days. Had diarrhea since Easter's. What movie is that from?
Nacho Libre.
Yes.
Nacho.
On that note, guys, anything else you want to say?
What the frick is up, Denny's?
Captain Crunch, that's what's up.
Brat, brat.
Peace.